I have a little bit of an unpopular opinion, but when it comes to building a physique, your genetics do have a lot to do with that. I see videos of like fitness influencers on here saying, how dare you say that this is all genetics? I worked so hard for this for years. And that's true. But also, two things can be true. You can have an amazing genetic advantage, work hard on top of that, and build an amazing physique. And that's okay for us to admit that. Take me, for example. I have really good quad genetics. I remember being a small child and strangers would comment on my legs. Looking back, that was actually really weird, because why were grown-ass adults that didn't know who I was commenting on the legs of a child? But that used to happen to me. People would stop and ask if I was a dancer or a gymnast as a child because of my legs. I was just born that way. And if I'm being honest, I've coasted on that a little bit. I've never had like a super specific point in my training where I have focused really hard on my quads. Do I work my quads? Of course. But I could work them harder and make them even more impressive. But if I were to go hard in the gym to grow my quads, I would always be super open about the fact that, hey, look, I started with an advantage here. I was born with quads. But then I worked harder and I made them even more impressive through the gym. And I would have no problem admitting that. Now, I've never liked when people say, well, I'm just fucked. I have bad genetics, and they haven't even tried. Because hard work can take you a long way. Probably a lot further than what a lot of people think. So this is by no means me saying that you shouldn't even try. You can't build an amazing physique through the gym even if you don't start out with a great foundation. That's not what I'm saying at all. Because you really don't know what your genetic potential is until you try. So this is me saying, try. See what you can achieve. Work really hard. At the same time, there are also some people that have a really great foundation and they were just born that way. They were born with great genetics. And their great genetics paired with their great work ethic has allowed them to arrive at the physique that they have. And that's okay to admit.